She slept with the father of my children, lied about it, then came crawling back after he destroyed her too, but I shut the door without a word. I'm 27 years old, and I have 3 children with my now ex, Coulson, who's 29. 10 months ago, my entire world came crashing down. It started with my sister, my own blood, pulling me aside and confessing something that would completely shatter me. She told me she had slept with Coulson the week before. Just like that. No build-up. No hesitation. Her voice was shaking and her eyes were full of tears, but I wasn't sure if they were from guilt or fear of losing me. She said she regretted it, that it was a mistake, that she got caught up in the moment because she had always had a crush on Coulson. And then she said something that haunts me still. I need us to be okay. I love you. Please don't hate me. I couldn't even speak. I didn't know how to respond. My heart was racing, my thoughts spiraling. But I knew one thing for sure. I could never look at her the same way again. I confronted Coulson immediately. He didn't deny it. He didn't even flinch. In fact, he barely blinked when he told me he had been sleeping around for years. Not just my sister. He had been cheating on me with other women, too. And he said he'd slept with my sister more than once. I turned back to her, hoping, begging in my head, for some sort of denial, anything to soften the blow, but she shook her head, eyes wide and trembling, and swore it only happened once. She was adamant, clinging to that lie or that version of the truth like it made any difference. It didn't. I broke up with him that day. No long talks, no dramatic confrontation. Just done. I couldn't stand the sight of either of them. I told my sister to get out of my life. I told her she disgusted me, that I never wanted to see her again. I didn't care how much she cried or how sorry she said she was. I wanted her to feel bad. I wanted her to hurt. And no matter how broken she claimed to be, she would never hurt like I did. Never. There's no coming back from betrayal like that, not from your partner, and definitely not from your own sister. The days after were a blur. I couldn't eat, couldn't sleep, barely function for my kids. But I did what I had to. I went and got checked for STDs immediately, terrified that on top of the emotional trauma, I might have something else to deal with physically. Thankfully, the tests all came back negative. With the amount of cheating Coulson admitted to, I'm still shocked. I consider it a small mercy in an otherwise cruel situation. Even now, 10 months later, I'm still piecing myself back together. Some days I'm angry. Some days I'm numb. But every day, I remind myself that I got out, and that I protected my children and myself by walking away when everything inside me was screaming and shattered. Trust once broken like that doesn't get repaired. It stays fractured, jagged, painful. And all I can do now is keep moving forward. For myself. For my kids. For the woman I'm slowly becoming again. Stronger, wiser, and unwilling to accept anything less than the respect and loyalty I deserve. Somewhere along the way, after the mess, after the betrayal, after everything, my sister started telling people that she only ended up dating Coulson because I rejected her. That was the story she spun. That I pushed her away, that she needed some good to come out of the disaster she created, and since I'd made it clear she'd never be a part of my life again, she might as well try to salvage something with him. She said she felt guilty, that she was lonely, that she needed to believe some kind of happiness could come out of it all. But that wasn't love. That was delusion wrapped in self-pity, and I never bought it. I had already made peace with one thing. I would not forgive her. I wouldn't allow myself to. I swore to myself, and I've stuck to it, that there was no going back. That relationship, the one we had grown up with, the bond only sisters are supposed to understand, it was dead. What she did killed it. And whether it happened once, which I do not believe, or over the course of some full-blown affair, it doesn't change the impact. It was wrong. It was a betrayal of the deepest kind. Therapy helped me process that. Not to forgive her, not to make sense of her choices, but to understand my own boundaries. I didn't need to fix anything. I didn't need to find a way back. I could heal on my own, without her in my life. And I have. Some part of me will always carry the scar of what she did, but I've accepted that scar. I've learned to stop flinching every time I see her name or hear her voice. Honestly, if she died tomorrow, I wouldn't cry. I wouldn't show up at the funeral. I wouldn't feel anything. That's how far gone we are. And then recently I heard the news, Coulson cheated on her. Again. Not shocked. She found out not only had he been unfaithful, but he had also passed along some STDs or STIs to her. I didn't get the full details. I didn't ask. I didn't care enough to dig. I heard whispers that she was waiting to find out if it included HIV. I don't know if that was an actual concern or just people being cautious, but either way, it was clear she was scared. And apparently, she thought that would be the moment, the thing that would bring us back together. She really believed that if I saw her suffering, I'd open my arms again, that I'd forget everything and become her safe space. The irony was exhausting. She showed up at my door. I opened it. I saw her face, tired and anxious and clearly waiting for mercy. And without a single word, I closed the door. Right in her face. She showed up again, this time at our brother's house, while I happened to be heading inside. She tried again, saying she was sorry, saying she was scared, saying she needed me. I didn't even break stride. I walked right past her, didn't look at her, didn't acknowledge her. Our brother handled it. He told her she wasn't welcome, and she left. I don't wish her harm. I don't need revenge. But she is no longer someone I care about. She made her choices. She picked her path. And I chose mine. She doesn't get to rewrite the past just because the present got hard for her. Actions have consequences. And sometimes, those consequences mean you have to go through hell alone. She lost me the day she climbed into bed with my partner. She doesn't get me back now just because she realizes what kind of man he really is. That realization came far too late. She tried again. She came back one more time, maybe thinking that if she just said the right words, if she looked broken enough, I'd cave. And this time, I responded. I told her flat out, I do not care. I told her she deserves everything she's gotten. Every ounce of heartbreak, every uncomfortable appointment, every look of pity or judgment, every person who turned away from her. She earned it. After what she did to me and how stupid she was in the end, I had zero sympathy left to give. She looked shaken. She said she was scared. She told me she needed me. And I snapped. I said, oh, just like I needed my sister when I found out the man I was with for 8 years, the father of my children, was cheating on me. Just like I could have used someone to hold me up when my life imploded, only that someone was too busy screwing my partner behind my back. She said it was just one time, that she would have been there for me otherwise. And I just stared at her. I told her I didn't want her disgusting self to touch me. I told her, that's how I see you now. A disgusting, selfish, backstabbing excuse for a sister. And I didn't stop there. I said, I don't care if he's given you every STD under the sun. I don't care what happens to you. You could die in a hole, and it wouldn't move me. Her face crumpled, and she left. And that was the last time I saw her. Since then, I've heard things. She's not doing well. She's the subject of gossip. People are talking. Our shared social circles are abuzz with whispers and sideways glances. She's lost most of our mutual friends. Some have told me privately they feel the same way I do. That betrayal like that doesn't deserve a second chance. But then there are the others. The ones who ask me, don't you feel bad? Who say I was cruel for turning her away again. That she apologized. That she's suffering. That we were so close once. That sisters are for life. Sisters are for life. Let me tell you something. Sisters don't destroy each other. Sisters don't stab you in the heart while hugging you with fake arms. Sisters don't lie through their teeth and call it love. That kind of bond is broken the moment you look at your sibling's partner and choose to betray blood. So no, I don't feel bad. I don't feel guilty. I don't even feel the smallest trace of empathy left in me. She made her bed, and she can lie in it alone.